Hello techies, I'm Divya here. On behalf of CyberBrainer, don't you think the world of tech is evolving faster than ever? Now is the perfect time to dive in and build the skills that will take you places. With CyberBrainer, we are putting you in the driver's seat of your own future. We at CyberBrainer don't just teach your interest. We believe that knowledge is power, but it's applied knowledge that truly sets you apart. Whether you're diving into data science, mastering artificial intelligence, or exploring the world of cybersecurity, our courses are designed to give you the skills that matter. So let's jump into the session and make the future yours today. Thank you.
Send the SM, and then we're discussing with the short word and the long word, and then what are the short words of the 5 to 6 digit number? You must have seen like 5, 6, 7, 7, 8, and like all these short numbers that companies generally use. If you want to send them bulk messages, you must have seen that the SMS coming from the mobile companies, right? It is Geo. They always use this short word or movie if it is coming from any other source. Let's say Pizza Hut, any. There are a lot of companies. They use a short word for the bulk SMS. Let's say Airtel wants to send this SMS to all the customers. You know that they have for the new product. They have. Maybe they want to. They wanted to subscribe for the Airtel music, right? What they want to do? They want to send this message to all the customers that we see that we are using Airtel and all these things, and you might be interested in Airtel music. This is the subscription rate and everything. If you want to inform about something to a large audience, then what you can do, we can either short word or maybe in the TV show. You must have seen that we get this voting option. Let us. If you want to vote for your favorite participant, then you can. Type yes to this particular number, something like that. There are some limitations of the shortcut that they are limited to the national borders. What does it mean? We have to procure the short word like for a specific country. If you want to communicate with the Indian customers, or maybe let's say as customers, then we have to have a short word which is applicable for the us. Now, if you want to communicate with the Indian customers, we have to have a short word for Canada. We have to purchase different short code for different countries, short words. That's what we discussed, and it is suitable for the local messaging, which means that it is suitable for the. It is can only be used for the for a particular content. We cannot use a single short code to communicate with the customers from different countries. This was over the short word. Now, what is a long code then? Long for the long that it is a 10-digit numbers. It's a long code like our normal for my mobile number, and we can use a long code to send and we see text messages, taxes, and make calls, whereas the short code is only limited to SIMs and means messages and long code. We generally use it for a one-to-one communication. Whenever a request is initiated, let's say if there's an order which got delivered and we want to communicate to the customer that is a like exclusive from the machine, like 1, 2, we are not broadcasting this particular message. In that case, we can use the long code. And long code can be used to reach international customers, means that we can use a single code to communicate with multiple customers or different customers coming from different countries. Generally, we use short code. I've never seen long code being a vision and with the projector far. We generally rely on the short code if you want to send the SIMs. The next thing is that we are going to look at the number of things or the different things that we require if you want to send the SIMs. We discussed opening the short code and or the long word if you want to send the SIMs. Apart from that, we need the audience right to whom we want to communicate. We are going to store our customers either in the list or the data extension. there are a few things that we need to keep in mind if you want to store the data on the list. And there are a few things that we need to keep in mind if you want to store the data in the data extension. In case of list, what needs to be done? Like if you want to send the email from email list, then what happens? We need to have the email address, right? And there has to be one field with the data type email address, and then like you'll be able to send the email. Otherwise, marketing or how marketing is going to identify that in which field the email address is stored, and because of the field type, shall take you to here in Image Studio. The lists are called the email list side, and we have mobile lists that are separated. We do not use the email list to send the SIMs. List that we can see over here. They generally have this email address field, and we store the email address value over here, and we can send the email. For mobile communication, we have mobile list via create. We can create one mobile list. We can import the data into mobile list, and we can send the communication to them. In case of list, we need to have a field for mobile number. We need to have two-letter country code that we can identify like which country we are targeting, and then the contact. Because whenever the formulation will be sent, it would be like on a contact data. We need these three minimum fields. And you want to send the SIMs from our list, then you're going to send the SIMs from the data extension of other things required. We need to have a phone number field. Now, we need to have this phone number field. Apart from that, the phone number that we are going to store in that field has to be normalized. Now, what is the meaning of a normalization? Is that, let's say we have this mobile number. It has got some special characters like parenthesis, something like this. Let's say we have this 7 and 5, and then high from 6, 7, 8, 2, 3 for something like that, right? It is not normalized. Normalization means that it has. We have to remove all the special characters from one number, and then we have to have the country code, let's say 9, 1, or maybe if it is user, then 1, plus 1. But do you want to be using the plus or something like this? We need to have a field with the data type as phone number, and then we have to append the character, and then our mobile number becomes the normalized mobile number. That is the first requirement. Another one is that we need to have a field called locate. We need to have a field with the data type as local. These lists are called the mobile list that we can see over here. When we click on the create list button over here, it asks us that how do you want to create the list? We have the filter list and create from file option. These things we will discuss in detail when we come to the contact builder. For now, I just want to show you that we have separate list called mobiles in contact builder. In case of list, these three things are required. In case of data extension, phone number and the local field is required. What is local? Local adults about the region. We have local for each countries. For example, for user, the local is in us. For India, it is high in right. Similarly, we have like local for each and every country, and then we need to configure the health keyword over here in Marketing Cloud that whenever what are the keywords? Keywords basically are the special messages for which the meaning is already predefined. For example, if I tell you that if you send me or if somebody sends the stop as a message to the organization, then organization understands it means the unsubscription and the customer does not want to receive any SMNI's message. After this, if the customer will send the help as a message, then it means that the customer needs some assistance. The someone needs some time, right? The keywords are such words for which the meaning is already predefined. And whenever we receive a message which is a keyword, we understand this needs to be done. You must have seen that whenever we have this voting system in television, or they say that you have to type yes and then you have to send to this number, or maybe yes and then participant for something. That is the keyword. Whenever we get one SMS message with this particular keyword or with this particular word in the SMS message, it means that we have to do something or we know what. What does it mean? If they say yes, it means that it will be counted as a vote for a particular participant. We can create the keyword here. Then the paid message. We have to obviously create the message that we can deliver it right. Let's talk about this now. In MobileConnect, we have two tabs, Overview and the Administration. In Overview, we can see the different SIMS messages that we have dated. What are the different stats? Keyword stats and contacts. What is the message? Stats. It shows us that how many messages that we have sent far, or maybe like whatever the period that we want to choose. How many messages we have sent, how many messages we have received. It says basically show the message status test. Next one is the keyword stats. It looks something like this, keyword stats. Let's say we have all these keywords configured and we can see that for this particular keyword, how many responses we have got or how many messages we have sent. Whenever we want to send the SIMs, we have to have a keyword associated with a short code. How does it happen? We have to create a short code. I mean, we cannot create it over here, but we have to go through that. We have to fill the form and then we get it assigned. Once we have the short code, in the administration tab, we can create the keyword. Now we can create the keyword as much as we want. I think the limitation is 1,000 keywords per short code. I'm not sure about the exact number, but I think it is 1,000 or 10,000. Those many keywords we can associate, we can create for a particular shortcut. Now, once we associate, it means that this particular SIMS message is in relation with this particular campaign. Let's say we are creating one keyword for, for our devalued is, what we'll say, we will create one keyword, devalued offer, and then all the messages we will send with that particular keyword. For different purpose, we can create different keywords. And it says how many responses. You know how many messages that we have sent in context. It shows us that how many mobile options that we have, how many have opted in for the mobile communication in the last 30 days, and what is the code. Let's say, the previous month they were 100 and now it is 150, right? The total growth was like 50%, or maybe like, let's say the previous month was 50 and this month is 100. There's a growth of a 100% in the contact of 10. And then we have the messages. We will be looking at this, how we can get the SIMS message and other different types of the SIMS message that we have. We can generate the report over here. But since it is because, nothing will show up, we can add the contacts over here. Either we can import the file or we can edit manually. When we click on Add Contacts, it will take us to the contact builder, and then we can add the contact in the administration we have. First of all, the second settings. You know themselves over term, whether you have enabled the non-JSON keywords or not. And then We have controls like bounce loads. You can have list. What does it do? You must have seen. Uh, we have we talked about the subscriber status side. In Email Studio, whenever the email is sent to any subscriber, and let's say the subscriber has a face bouncy or more bounce in last 15 days, right? Then what happens? The subscriber status gets changed to 10. And when the subscriber becomes held, it means the marketing cloud is going to exclude those subscribers from the email inside that they do not receive any further combination. Similarly, what happens over here is that whenever we are sending a SEMS message to any customer and the customer faces any kind of bounce, maybe due to the server problem, or maybe the mobile number is incorrect, or because of any reason the subscriber did not receive the SEMS message and it felt bounced. If you have enabled this bounce logic, what it will do is that it will put that subscriber into the head list. Whenever a subscriber faces the bounce, it will put that subscriber into the hands, and once the subscriber is added to the highly list, it means that they will be excluded from the further SEMS communication and the subscriber will not receive any further SEMS message. If you want to disable this, we can disable. Then what will happen is that they will not receive, even if any bounces occur, the subscriber will not be added to the head list, and then they will not face any issue. Let you enable for now. And let's say we have, we want to send this SMs to these customers, and they have been added to the head list, but now they are not being centralized because they are being excluded by the marketing cloud. What we can do, if we still want to send them the SEMS communication, we can clear the head list, right? If we will clear the list, it will basically remove all the subscribers from the headless, and then we will make them sendable again. We will be able to send them the SIMS communication again. This was the settings, and then we have the stored content. You must have seen in email communication also, we have this from email address, from name, and these things side, and we have the header and footer. That we generally conflict in the admin, and then that we don't need to configure this again and again. Once we configure this in admin, we can just choose from here. What we can do, we can let's say company name over here. This is our phone name or whatever you want to write. Let's say Sims, something of that type. Whatever you want to write, we can write over here. And when we will choose the form name in our SEMS message creation part, then it will basically appear over there, right? We don't need to write it over there. We'll just choose the form name and it will be picked from here. Similarly, header and footers, we can configure it over here, and at the time of the message creation, we will choose. We have this, and then whatever the content that we have written over here, it will be fetched, and then it will appear over here that we don't need to write it every time we're creating the SFMC message. Let me just know this for now. Next is the send blockout window. What is this? Blockout window means that this is the time period in which the SFMC messages cannot crowd. Generally, we do not want to send the SEMS message in night. We can set this blockout window that from 11 p.m. to 6 a.m. The message should not work. They can set the blockout window accordingly. And in night, the SEMS message will not. And this is the place where we can create the keywords. Since we do not have any shortcode configured, we are not able to create any of the keyword. Otherwise, we would have. Good, we have got this option over here to create the queue. We click on that option and then we can create the queue. Now let's go and understand about the different messages that we can create. You must have seen or you must have encountered, different type of SEMS messages, like in day-to-day life. Ones are there to be. You receive this outbound communication live. For example, these companies, maybe Zoom at or Sweet Later, right? Any company, and they send us this promotional email or maybe some delivery notification. The communications where we have not initiated anything, right? If you are receiving this some message from a company, they are telling this is a property which is available at 50,000 rupees, something like that, right? We receive these kind of communications a lot about the property deal or about some personal loan or something like that. These are the things that we have not initiated. We have not told them to send us this to this particular SEMS passage. And there are some messages where we start, for example, we need to hold the dish TV, right? We are having some issue what they do, and they tell us that you can send the help message or call me. Is a keyword, right? Call me to this particular number 5768, something like that. We send this sums call me to this particular number, and then we get the sums tab that we have got your request and our technician will call you back shortly, something like that. In that case, we have initiated the conversation. We are the first one who started the conversation, who started the chatting, and then they will send us a response. We'll understand that based on different templates, how we can configure these things. First one is the outbound. In outbound, the company is taking the entire responsibility to send. That's in the site. Here the customer is not involved. I mean, in initiating the conversation, we'll provide the name, message name over here, and then we have to select the shopper that we should probably want to use to send the SIMs. Next one is the send method. Send method means that how do you want to send the SIMs? We have a couple of ways. We will look at the automation journey builder and the AP, how we can send the SIMs. A schedule means that if you want to send it via automation, for the journey builder, we'll show you. In content builder, we can also get the SIMs messages. If you want to send the SIMs using journey builder, then we have to create it in the content builder that we'll talk about in detail in a while. And then we have the API trigger. We can choose any bill that we want to use to send the assets. We cannot proceed because we do not have a shortcut, and that is a mandatory key. It will not. Let us go ahead. Let me show you some of the screenshots that you get the idea what it looks like. We have 5 steps. Step number 3, it asks for the audience. Here we can choose with the wrong list of the data extension. Where we have is for the customer information. And in the 4th step, we have to defend the content. Let's say the parcel is out for delivery and it will be delivered. It's a tutorial by 9 p.m. and these are the details or something. And then if you want to track your order, please click on this thing. Something on that side. We have to defend the content that must be delivered, and then we have to activate out to do this. Once it is activated, then we use it for the sending. This is the SMS message that we can send over here and these things. And then this is what it looks like when we receive the SIMS translation. Next one we have is text response. What does it mean by that saying, text response? It means that we are going to send the response, right? When we send the response, when somebody initiate the conversation, we are going to create an automatic response phase in balance with message. We talked about this example, right? In fact, as far as they do what they do, that they have this number, or let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you can send any sims. I mean, it's a call me, or maybe, I need help, or something like that. They have these keywords, right? Whenever we send the keyword to them on the given number, then we get this automatic response that we have received a request and we will call you shortly. Or maybe some, help the solution or something like that. How do we create it? We click on this button, and then here we need to again select the message name on the shortboard, and then we have call to action. Call to action means that how do we want to send the SFMC? I mean with here. We must have been can see that we do not have the audience option over here because we do not know to whom we are communicating, right? Because we notice we do not have a predefined or pre-configured audience list, right? What's happening over here? Whenever we receive the SIMS message from any of the customers, then we are going to response to them, or we are going to send them the text message. Here, we do not have any section to select the elements. Now let's move on to the third template. Then what we will do? We will configure the content and we will activate that, and after that we will whenever we receive the SysMs messenger, you can get particular keywords. Then what will happen? We are going to send them our experience. Next, we have mobile opt-in. Using mobile opt-in, we can invite people to opt in for the mobile communication. Let's say we have this graphic, or maybe we have this thing going on, and we can place this on our website or maybe on our shop, whatever, wherever we want to place, we can place this. And then we say that you will be text guided to this particular number, which means once you send this, we assume that we have subscribed to mobile communication and we will be sending the exclusive offers. Or the SIMS message is going forward, it says guide into this. Or maybe you can see we have this lifestyle store, right? When I visit the lifestyle store, what they do is that, let's say on a bidding counter, they have this, small car over there. And what it says is that if you want to receive the exclusive offers or the ongoing offers, then you have to subscribe to our mobile channel or mobile communication. And then this is called in store signage. That is, we can do. Otherwise, you can have this on our website. And then also we can have the subscribers, have the customers to sign up or to subscribe to the mobile communication. Next one, we have the email opt-in. Let's say if somebody has already subscribed to the SIMS communication and we have the right to send them the SIMS, then what you can do, we can tell them to subscribe to the image communication or screen, or we can have this initial signage which says that if you want to subscribe to the email information, then we have to text this thing guide. And then it's this, and then you will address to this particular number that you will start with signal in your problem location. Many a times, the offer that, like the information that you want to share with the customer, it does not fit from the SIMS message because in SIMS presence, we have a limitation of 160 characters. We cannot send more than 160 records. That is, you must have seen. But we do not receive very low SIMS message, right? There is always a short message. That is why it is provided as you must. We are limited to the 160 characters. And if you want to share more information, what we can do, we can have them subscribe to our email communication that we can send them the entire information. Here, we have the message name and then the short long code. The one thing that I want you to notice is that if you choose the art box, art code means that we are sending the communication from our side. When we are sending from our side, we need the list of customers to whom we are going to communicate. We need the audience, right? That is why the third option is appearing over here now. When it's changed to external stores, then what does? What happens is that the audience option goes away. Because external source means that for many external source, we are receiving the SIMS messages. Now, external source could be that they have seen this, advertisement on our television or maybe on a website or somewhere else. But they are sending us the SIMS message that we want to opt into the mobile combination, or maybe we want to opt into the email combination, and then we are sending them the SIMS that actually we have got your email address and thank you for a subscription and you will receive the web notification, something like that. And if we choose the third option, what does it mean? Now we will be able to send them the SIMS as well. And we need to select the audience. Plus, we can also send the SIMS message when we receive any SIMS from the external source. In the first option, we do not have any option to response. Once we receive the SIMS, we do not have any option to send a response. That you have updated. It is just pointing to the outward communication that we are telling them, or maybe we are inviting them that we see that you will have subscribed to the mobile communication and we have some more offers which are only available in the emails. If you don't want to miss out on that, please subscribe to the email communication. Something other, and in the external source, when we receive the SIMS, we give them a response. And then the third option should be the first. Two options will be applicable. Let me cancel this now. Since you don't have the short course and you won't be able to see these things in action, that how do we send us this message and how do we save it? But what you can do is that you can go through the entire thing and then if you face enough, I'll just let you know. It is just about the overview and the radio stations. And then what are things that we require to send us now in the mobile? Today we have another application called Mobile Push, which is used for the push notifications. Push notifications, as we discussed, that we can send this push notifications to the customers who have installed our application on their mobile devices. And with the help of the Mobile Push, we can send target and personalized push notification for customers. We can send the inbox messages, we can segment the audience, and then we can target them. We can automate the campaigns and these teams. Let's see this in action. This is what it looks like. Even mobile push application. Here we have the overview of how many messages we have delivered, how many messages were opened by the customer, the different applications and the opt-ins and everything. Let's say we have 3 different applications completed over here. We want to check that how many have operated because push notification and the time and one. And then we have the conference. It says total opt-ins and then we both overlap. The app that we do is and at the previous direction that we have created away to them. We need to register one app and we need to basically associate one app with the account that we can send that. Let's see how we can create the push notification in Content Builder. We will go to the mobile app and then here we go to the push notification. And let's see how the phone create it. Whenever this is a notification, it has some different sections and it has some title and then sometimes build a message. Let's say we are creating this notification and it says let's say it is from the Amazon and what it says that long soon offer, live now. Let's say it is from the internet and then we can have the details a little right. We can see save 30% on every item you purchase, something like that. And then we can decide the open behavior. That's whenever they click on the push notification, whether we want to redirect them to the application or maybe to any other app or web or the cloud page. We will discuss about the cloud page in upcoming session. If you want to personalize this, how we can do that? Let's say I want to personalize this with first name. I'll write I first. And we want to subscribe our preview over here. We select the data extension contest. If you can include me within 2 content. If Theo attend nutrition, Beno, I think this spelling is incorrect. Here we can see it is operating the first name of the customer and then we have the generated test that we have written over to. We'll say hi in first. I watched right. Maybe we can personalize based on the first name or whatever that we have stored in our data extension. We can personalize the question or definition and we can also do it on different devices on the iPhone, Android and what it looks like on Apple Watch. And then what is the short look and the long look? There's something that we can see. This is how we can create the the push notification and once it is done, we can click on the save button and then you can send the push notification. Let me just sing this. Let's say Amazon motion offer. What's your application? and I'll click on the Save button. Similarly, what we can do, we can create the in-app messages. What they are. Whenever you open the application, right, you might have encountered this thing that you receive this pop-up, and which might be, for, let's say, we are using the Amazon and ask us to subscribe to the Amazon file, right? Let's say that today is 50 off Amazon time or something like that. Whatever the offer that they want to give us, either we can have on a full page or maybe the form of the banner or maybe in the form of a model. Let's say we want to add with the full page for now, and we click on the next button, and then here it is showing as a full image and the crop image. Let's go ahead with the crop image for now. Similarly, what we can do, we can here configure all these things. Let's choose the image first of all, or whenever we install the application, or what happens is that it will. It basically gives you the option to have a tour of the application. Let's say application, and then we can have the message as please button start the application, and then here we can have start something of that. And then when they click on this, maybe we want to open a page in the same application or something like that, and we can have the yarn over here that it will start. Like, we also have this option to show and hide. Let's say if you don't want to show anything on this particular message, what we can do, we can just hide this and it will, let's say, disappear from here. Based on our requirement, we can show and hide a particular section on the message. This was the content. And then we have the designing. In the design part, we can change the color, we can change the font size, we can change the font, and things like that. If you want to have a, border, colored, background, all these things, and we can also personalize this as well. In the title, in the Sims message, in the message or in the title, we can press like this as well. We can say first of all, welcome to the application or something like that. Hi, and then first signal, and then welcome to the app, and then we can add up to the app. And then we can do this as well as we can do this, something like that. And then it will appear and it will populate the first thing of the customer ability. Let's save this. And how do we say it fell from an app class search? Next, what we can do, we can create the Sims message here. We can either get the Sims from here or from the mobile store. If you want to, we have different ways to send the Sims. If you are sending the Sims to Journey Builder, then we have to create it from here. And if you are sending the Sims from the automation, then we have to create the Sims message from the mobile store. We'll discuss about the journey and the automation in the current sessions. Here what we're going to begin, type the message. Or let's say any message that you want to write. Let's say we made one transition and then it says a big, you died from extent, Let's say 1000 in the place this 1000. If this was not true, we can have the message like this, and we can also have the presentation here as well. We can start the personalized question, and then it will populate the personalized name on the parameters. Let's say we have the number over here, and we can say that if you want to base the console, let's say erase the concern, if you also just, and then we want to insert a name, but we are going to do the 160 characters of the entire message. And if this all is very big or very long, what we want to do, we want to shorten this. We have this inbuilt feature. Using this, we can shorten the URL, that it doesn't take much of the characters, and we do not face this exceeding the 160 character limitation. Let's say in case we have more than 160 characters in our SIMS message, what is the general behavior of the SIMS companies? Is that whenever we are going to send this sums to the mobile companies, right? And they are going to send this to their customer. Let's say the customer is Airtel customer. We are going to send this to the Airtel, and then Airtel is going to deliver these sums messages to their customers. If it contains more than 160 characters, then it will basically split the message into two. The first message will contain the 160 characters, and then another message will contain the remaining characters. If we don't want that to happen, what we can do, we can keep on this contact rate message, and then it will combine these two messages into one and then send it in one row. But from a billing perspective, Marketing Cloud is going to charge for two different messages if it exceeds 160 characters. We just have to make sure that it should not exceed 160 character, the number of the message, and then here we can choose the code if we have that available. In SIMS message, we can just write the SIMS message. We can add some personalization, and then we have to just save this SysMems, and then it will be sent to you in the journey builder. Let's see, we'll discuss about the mobile studio and the mobile push notifications, how we can create the SIMS messages or other things that we require in order to create the SIMS. And there are different types of messages that we have in Marketing Cloud. And there are like use cases and all you. Please do like, share and subscribe to our channel.